This knife is incredibly sharp. Now it's all dirty and beat up because I've been beating the crap out of it, testing it, and I gotta say this thing is a beast, an absolute beast. So it's made out of D2 steel. It has very nice grip to it. Very nice. I can't find any hot spots on this at all, so it doesn't bind into my hand. It doesn't cause any blisters or anything like that. These are G10 scales, black and silver. Very nice, very grippy even when it's wet. I don't have to wear a glove with this at all. Now this blade is a hollow grind, very nice, with kind of like a drop point, clip point type style up here. Very sharp. It's got a very generous choil up here, right by the finger guard. No jimping on this blade, so I was a little disappointed that there wasn't any jimping, but they do put a little slot in here, a little kind of groove cut, so your thumb actually hooks up really nicely. And it offers more space up here if you want to use the fire steel with the knife. You can really hook up really close and get a good shave on that. So that's really nice. Also, it has little thumb grooves on the sides of the scales, which make it really easy if you are using the fire steel. You can turn the knife on the side and your thumb just kind of falls into that little groove. I want to say the blade is probably pushing about 4.5 inches, and the knife, I believe, is coming out about possibly about 8.5 inches long. Yeah, it's a generous blade. It's not huge. It's not small. It's hefty. It's got a nice weight to it, and it's definitely solid. Very solid knife. So like I said, I've been beating the crap out of this. I've been batoning with it. I've been doing feather sticks. I've been cutting. Excellent blade. Now the striker and the fire steel are both G10 handles, just like the knife. Very nice. And these are built, like, the craftsmanship on this is outstanding. I went over the entire knife and I went over the scraper and the fire steel for probably a good half hour, 20 minutes, just staring at it. Like, you can't see any seams. There's no flaws, nothing. Excellent, very high standards on this stuff.
One of the first things I want to point out is just the giftability of this box. I mean, this is class. This thing looks great. You know, you've got the name here in white with the all black box. It's got these really neat magnetic clips that hold the box together. And this is, again, exactly how you get it if you order it off of Amazon. We got some care instructions here. You got a thank you card from Nate himself right there. And then, I mean, just look at this. It looks fantastic, right? Who wouldn't want to get something like this, you know, for their birthday or for Christmas or something like that? This is great. Now, this is exactly how it comes. You'll see here, I mean, right away, we got this all black now. You know, with the, this thing looks fantastic. This looks great. You know, it's all black. We've got these really unique orange lines that run down the middle of it. But it's got that really awesome, you know, solid feeling handle. This is a G10, it's all black besides these orange lines. Yeah, we've got that full tang just like the other knife. This knife does have some jimping to it. That's one of the things that makes it different from Holtzman's other knife. They're not just the same knife, just two different colors. There are some other differences between these two knives, which I'll get into who are a little bit more here in just a minute. But let me go and show off some of the other things that come in this kit. Beautiful knife. But keep in mind, it does come with the Kydex, sheath that's totally customizable. I love this thing. Again, one of the big differences and one of the things that I like about these knives is just the Kydex sheath that comes with it. We have a ferro rod here. This has the same exact G10 handle with that orange stripe through it. So that comes with it. Here's a striker for the ferro rod. Has Holtzman's emblem on it, which is fantastic. It also comes with this Allen wrench. It does have a Phillips head on it. This is so that you can customize this however you want. Again, everything is included. It's all ready to go right out of the box. Again, fantastic gift idea for anybody. Well, there you have it, guys. You know, you can't go wrong with these knives. These things are fantastic. They're great. You know, I highly suggest if you're in the market for a knife, or if you're in the market for a really nice gift for somebody, you know, either one of these are great knives. They're great options.
Today, we're going to be doing a full field test and review on the Mora Bushcraft Black. This is an amazing knife for the price point, something that a lot of people brag about, talk about. The blade length is from the handle to the tip of 4.25 inches, which is great for, you know, camp tasks, bushcraft tasks. You have a blade thickness of 0.125 or an eighth of an inch thick, basically, which is nice, with high carbon steel. The high carbon steel they're using is UHB-20C, which when you look on the table of blades, you know what type of steel that is. It's basically 1095 high carbon. It's basically just another form of 1095 high carbon, and they do a Rockwell hardness of 58 to 60, so they're really cranking up that Rockwell hardness, so it'll keep a good edge on this Mora. Then what you're looking at is an overall length from back to front of 9.25 inches. The handle length is 5 inches, and the handle thickness is 0.87 in thickness. It weighs 5.4 ounces with the sheath, which is great, which is a polymer plastic sheath we'll look at here in a bit. It is a 3/4 tang, so it basically goes down to right about here, and then the tang stops, and it's completely enclosed with first a harder plastic and then a type of craton, rubberized craton on the outside of this knife, and then it also has a black coating on it to kind of fight against that rust. And for $35, you're getting a Swedish-made knife with all those things that I just talked about. Is very impressive.
This is the Schrade SCHF 57. This is sporting the Kin Onion version of the Work Sharp sharpener blade on there. So I just wanted to go over some basic specs for you. Overall length is 6.125 inches. Your blade is a 65 MN, which is similar to a 1065 steel. The Kershaw Camp series of knives and machetes and whatnot, as well as a few CRKT models feature that 65 MN blade steel. You're looking at a 2.5 inch blade, 3.625 inch handle, and your weight is 3.94 ounces.
All right, so like I said, this is the SCHF 30 from Schrade, brand new for 2015. It's a full tang knife. This knife features about a 5-inch blade of 8CR13 MOV. It is a clip point design. The knife has a thumb ramp with jimping and a finger guard. Has a TPE handle slabs with a lanyard oval. Comes with a multi-carry option thermoplastic belt sheath, which features 9 grommet holes and 4 slots for lashing to the gear or the pack. Okay, well, that was what specs I have this knife. But I did want to show you a couple things before we start playing with this thing. It's got this extremely comfortable handle. I guess it's TPE, whatever, that's some kind of rubbery, soft, kind of tacky feeling stuff, but it fits my hand anyway very, very comfortably. Just feels really good in your hand. I'm not gonna really do much chopping with this. I did chop this little root here in two with it. It's a piece of a dogwood root, I think. It's pretty tough. But it's not a chopper. I mean, you know, it's not a big chopping knife. It'll do little stuff. I'm not going to baton with it really, because you can see it's a thick enough spine. If you need to baton something small, it's a no-brainer. It'll do it. There's no sense in wasting your time watching that. So, but I did want to see how well it carves, because do a little knife stuff with it, because that's real important. I'm sure it's going to do fine. It's got a really good edge on it. But we'll check it out. We'll check that out. We'll see how well it does. Strikes a ferro rod. It looks like a pretty sharp spine to me, but the truth's in the telling. So let me readjust things and we'll take a look at that. Once again, this is the Schrade SCHF 30 full tang knife, and really, really good edge on it. As you saw, really does a great job of striking the fire steel, and it is extremely well balanced.